Good evening, my name is Olivia and we're here in Leipzig with Noriega Mind. Welcome!
I am Julio.
I am Ulf.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Ben.
And we are Noriega, man.
First of all, I want to know, what is your music about?
Our music is about, just sharing a moment with people, giving emotions through our performance. It's about love, union in this world. I believe that, and we believe that humanity is one, so we should start behaving better as humanity. And just, I think when we have a performance, it's more like an exchange of emotions, and it's like a ping pong. We give something and the people give us something back, and it's just lots of energy, you know. People can take the energy for their day, for their week, for whatever they want, and live their life.
So you talked about an emotional exchange. What was your when was the first time your concert was, and what were you feeling?
Well, the first time I gave a concert, I was quite young. It was at school, but with the guys. In this I would consider a first important concert where you could feel the energy. First of all, at the beginning, it's always like you show your songs and you are getting experience on stage and you're kind of learning how to interact with the audience. So it takes a process until you can really exchange emotions with people. And now we're in a moment, I believe, where it's more organic and we can, natural, and we can kind of go with the flow and just feel how it's going and enjoy ourselves on stage, you know. That's the point of music, enjoying ourselves. And I don't know if I went out of the topic there, but guide me in.
Okay. Actually, we have experimented a little bit, but basically it's been this setup for, I think, how long, guys? Like
Since March, I would say.
Yeah, so like half a year, and it always just takes a little bit to find people.
We played in Mind the Gap. It's a big festival in summer, always in Kassel. And we had our release party in K19. It's a very big culture point in Kassel. We played at the accomplishment of the Parthenon at the Documenta 14. The closing part. The Documenta is the biggest modern art festival in the world.
So thank you, Marta Minuyin, for calling us and letting us close the accomplishment of the Documenta, if you ever see this. Big up, Marta.
Yeah, and we had a festival in Munich too. It was the Summersee Festival this summer in an acoustic way, and then some really cool locations in Kassel, which are bars and some cool stages, I would say.
So we're starting, right? This is kind of like the beginning in a way, and we now want to touch different cities, and thankfully we got the opportunity to play in Leipzig.
What are your plans for the next time or the next year? What your fans can expect from you?
So, beginning of the year, we play for sure in May we play in Theaterstübchen, which is a really nice location. Then we play at what's the name of the festival? Hessentag Festival, which is also on. Yeah, we're really looking forward. We got the news today. Thank you for everybody who let us this great news. Then our album release is the 25th of November, yes. And next year seems like a pretty good year for us, and we're really looking forward to deliver more energy.
It seems like you mentioned a lot of the town Kassel. Are you guys all from Kassel, or where are you from?
We're part actually. The three of us are actually born and raised in Kassel, and our good-looking man Julio over here comes from Peru, and made the long way over Canada, right, and then to Germany, and that's when we found each other. But basically Kasseler band, you can say.
Yeah. First, I would like to know, if it's okay, how did me and you meet?
We met at a jam session, and it was basically a jam session like any other jam session. And I was sitting in a group of people, how it usually is, and we were playing, and it was kind of as exciting as you kind of know it. And then we were like playing some riffs, and like I heard this like very raspy, room-taking voice. And I turned around, and it was Jules. And then he came up to me, and said, "Yo, I like your guitar playing, and what do you do?" And I got a band going, but like we're kind of sorting things out still. And yes, and then he gave me his number, and then I wrote him the next day, and I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm the guy you talked to yesterday." He was like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, I don't remember, man." I was like, "Bro, you look up your phone and you search in your contacts for my name, and I'm gonna be there." And yeah, no, but that's basically how we met. And then Ben joined probably just a month later, I think, because like Ben and I have been doing music for, I think since we were like 12.
But we get in touch different.
Yeah.
Like on other jam sessions.
We came on different roads to this band.
But actually, Daniel and me, we make music since nearly 10 years, more than 10 years, 15 years.
The first time I played with someone was with him, and it was American Idiot. And then Flu, that's the nickname.
Yeah, Flu.
It's the one and only Flu. And Flu joined like
in March.
in March, yeah. And
Comes the story how I met you or how you met me.
Let's go back to the.
No.
It's just very simple. We met us drunken in a club, and he said, "We're looking for a bassist. Maybe you want to join."
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the story. And I stayed in this band.
And what was the question that you asked just before this?
How did you get from Peru to Canada to Germany to Kassel to those guys? So how do you met that guy we already know about?
I just didn't feel very comfortable, or actually I just wanted to know different places, you know. I wanted to expand my knowledge, and I think one of the best ways of expanding your knowledge is traveling. So then I just decided to go to England, and I was living there for 1 year. Then I went to Peru, then I went to Canada, and then I met a lady, and then I came to Germany, and then I made a rock band, and then yeah, baby. And then that's all she wrote.
She's still writing though.
She's still writing. So it was kind of like a lot of traveling for me, and yeah.
Successful travel.
I would say in the way of expanding my knowledge, yes. Yeah, but I still want to travel a lot, and the best way to travel, I believe, is with these sexy beasts here. I really want to go with them and travel and play different places, meet new people, share more energies, and yeah, that's kind of like what I visualize.
How often do you meet together to make that band work?
I would say 2 or 3 times a week.
So it's not like you're living in a big house together and...
No, but we live really close to each other. So like 5 to 10 minutes walk.
Live in one house.
There would be no band.
Yeah, it would be too much.
Less the less.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't work?
Maybe for a time.
To be honest,
We
I
are
believe that
basically almost living together already.
we're all big personalities in the way that we are stubborn, and we're kind of like now we know each other, you know, so it's a little bit easier. But if we would live in a house and we'd have to share everything and kind of have different ideas about everything, I think we would argue quite a bit. Once we were playing in a festival, and they gave us a house with 3 floors, and then on the bottom was sleeping Mr. Ben and Daniel, and I just walked down the stairs in the morning to, and then I start singing a little bit. I start to sing like, and then the guys were there, and they were like,
It was 9 in the morning, and if you
And
are
then he
drunk,
went back to bed, and then he complained that we were loud.
you know, so it's kind of difficult to live with me. So watch out.
So big up,
And according to that, what was your best and worst memory of your band?
Best or worst first?
Worst.
I know the
worst
worst memory.
Worst first.
Flu says the worst.
There should be a category.
Yeah.
I don't say any name.
Okay.
But we had a concert sometime in the summer, and it was in a cellar of a big club, and we played there, and the sound was really shitty. And I had a new bass, and the strings broken during the gig, and there was no time to get some new strings. And next to our stage was a floor of a very, very known techno DJ, and he made a lot of noise, and we had some really chilly acoustic songs, and it was nice. But as the songs faded out, there was just a bam, 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 and we hit nothing. And yeah, I think that's a memory in our mind that we already forgot, but sometimes it comes up.
No, but if that's the worst memory, we're still pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would say the best for me, at least, has been our last. For me, best memories in the band could be the time we spent in Munich, because that was pretty like holiday. 3 days of our tour was kind of like experiencing together. That kind of made us get more in touch with each other and meet each other. But I would say stage-wise, I also consider it a great experience. The last gig we had in Fiasco, it was amazing. That was a beautiful experience for us. We played 2 hours, and the people enjoyed it so much. Our longest gig ever, and it was just, yeah, the exchange was perfect. So that was for me.
And I don't know, for me it's not like sorry, I feel like I'm screaming. For me it's not, I think like one special memory, but what I always love about the band life and playing gigs is, of course, playing the gigs is like the coolest and like playing in front of people. But what's awesome, and I always think that after I leave after a gig, is when the gigs are finished and the bands chill backstage, and then someone grabs an acoustic guitar and everyone sings and just chilling together, and it's like, yeah, you're just like in your little community, you know, and and yeah, that's for me. It's like always a little something special. Yeah. Anyone else?
Best worst?
Best worst?
Oh, the best and worst. Oh, more best as worst, I would say.
That's good.
So, so Frings are the best. Yeah, actually, Frings.
The best and the worst is everything has to do with food, something stimulation, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
Any gig that has Frings.
That's good. Every gig that has Frings, you know. Okay. Yeah.
So what I wanted to know as well, why Noriega Mind? Is there a meaning behind it? Is it a name or?
Okay, so
Super brain.
Super brain Noriega Mind.
Super brain Noriega mind.
that's difficult to say actually. Like at the beginning in this project, it was a different group of people, and we just came up with a name, and they said, "Hey, Noriega is kind of like, it sounds interesting." And then one person said to me the story of this dictator Noriega, who is a dictator from a country in South America, that he was actually they tortured him, putting him in a room with hard rock music for 72 hours or something like this. And that was kind of like what made the torture that they made to this dictator. That story, and everybody mentions Noriega as this bad person, so kind of like I said, well, Noriega Mind, maybe it's also a good reason why to change the concept of what the name means, you know, because actually what we do has everything to do with love and, you know, just being yourself and not caring what people think and just, you know, being you. And actually, it's, to be honest, is what we try to do with this is to be no ego mind, right? We always try to fight with our egos because that's kind of difficult in life sometimes. So Noriega Mind is trying to be together, and just I would say that's we are Noriega Mind. This is Noriega Mind. It wouldn't be the same if somebody is gone. You know, it's like we all make this be Noriega Mind. So, yeah, it wouldn't be the same without Daniel and the music that he makes, because actually quite of the most important songs from our band comes from what he has made with the guitar. So I consider everybody has a really important piece of the puzzle. You know, the puzzle can only be made with all of us together.
How could we now imagine you producing songs? So is it that one guy has an idea and say, let's meet up at 10 o'clock in that room, and then we're doing that? Or is it like, yeah, I have that made, so you might want to listen to it? Or how can I imagine?
I think it's kind of cool because for us, the songwriting thing doesn't really have like a set formula, I guess, because it can happen that, I mean, my man Jules over here is a creative man, so like technically, you know, you can get like 10 songs every week out of him, you know, if you want to. But it's kind of cool, you know, because Julio has a lot of ideas, and sometimes it's like a finished song, sometimes it's just an idea that he brings to the practice. It's like, yo guys, I worked on this and that, and what can we do with that? You know, or I have like a little idea that, you know, I'll play around with at home, and then I'll show it to the guys, and they say, okay, let's do something with it. You know, or Ben starts with a drum beat, or, you know, a bass line, or some stuff like that. So I think, and that's what I'm kind of happy about, that it's not like a, you know, we have this one like way how to write a song, and then everything else doesn't work. But like a lot of the songs come from like different like approaches, and yeah, I don't really have a favorite song either. So I think that's a good thing.
And where do you see yourself as Noriega Mind in 10 years?
We see ourselves playing music, giving energy, and doing rock and roll, baby. Definitely doing rock and roll. We want to play everywhere. That's our life, you know. We do music. It's. These guys are amazing. So we're gonna do music, and we're gonna try to hit every stage that wants us, that wants our energy. And yeah, what do you think, Mr. D?
I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, 10 years is a long time, and if I don't even want to know what I did like right now 10 years back, so I think it's kind of hard to judge. But I don't know, like generally, if you can say it, I hope that, you know, we still play together, and that we, you know, obviously, you know, improve, you know, year by year, and yeah, the rest, I guess, is up for whatever comes, or up to him.